Welcome to another video of the Willow Creek Railroad. In most of our videos, we view the layout from a bird's eye perspective as a full-size person. But with the size of cameras available today, we can also view a layout as an HO scale size person, maybe 3/4 of an inch or about 2 centimeters tall. I published an unnarrated Riding the Rails video many years ago, filmed by a friend of mine. The Willow Creek has seen many changes since then, so I thought you'd enjoy a new ride on the subdivision. You'll be riding in the cab of one of the consolidation steam locomotives on our roster. And as a bonus at the end of today's video, you'll see a short video of an unexpected blooper, so stay tuned. Here's the route for your ride today. We'll depart from the Spokane staging yard located in my workroom adjacent to the main train room. We'll travel through Bucky's Crossing and across the entire subdivision to the passenger station in Waverly. Along the way, we'll stop at 2 locations. The first will be the yard signal for Bucky's Crossing. Once the yardmaster gives us clearance, we'll enter and pass through Bucky's Crossing. The second stop will be at the yard signal for Waverly. Once the yardmaster gives us clearance, we'll enter Waverly Yard and proceed to the passenger station and the end of our trip. Okay, let's get ready for our trip. This is our consist today, a 280 consolidation steam locomotive pushing a gondola with a miniature camera. The camera is 1080p resolution, but the depth of field is small, so objects near the train will be slightly blurry. Despite this limitation, I hope you enjoy the trip. And away we go, leaving the Spokane staging yard and heading through the 6-foot tunnel to the main train room. The white styrene tubes that you see are holding infrared sensors to report the location of our train on a fascia display panel. We emerge from the tunnel and head downgrade to the signal protecting the yard at Bucky's Crossing. Bucky's Crossing is the town ahead and slightly to the left of our train. We stop at the yard signal and wait for the signal to turn from red to green, giving us permission to enter Bucky's Crossing. With a green yard signal, we proceed. Crossing the Diamond at Glacier Valley and entering the East Portal Tunnel leading to Bucky's Crossing. Tunnels are obviously dark, but I've left them in the video so you can experience the whole layout. Unfortunately, the camera blocks the headlight of our locomotive. Welcome to Bucky's Crossing. We'll pass through on a track adjacent to the passenger station tracks. The folks here are friendly and may wave at us, but we're not planning to stop, just passing through. Bucky's Crossing sits at an elevation of 41 inches above the train room floor, the lowest elevation on the layout. As we pass the tower in Bucky's Crossing, you'll see a block signal ahead of us. All single-track mainline in the subdivision is protected by block signals. Optical sensors embedded in the roadbed detect our presence. Depending on where the sensors are located relative to the signal itself, you may or may not see the signal turn from green to red as we enter the block. Having left Bucky's Crossing, we regain our speed. The Naugatuck River is on our left as we approach the first of a long series of tunnels. By the way, the faintly glowing light that you see next to our track is actually the receiver associated with the infrared sensors inside the tunnel. As with the tunnel from the Spokane staging yard, infrared sensors report our train's position inside the series of tunnels running behind Bucky's Crossing. We emerge from the first tunnel and cross the marsh trestle. Waverly can be seen off to the left, but we've got a long way to go before we arrive there. Once across the wooden trestle, we plunge into the second tunnel. Our train is heading towards the back of the layout now, so you'll start to see some light again. We'll pop out of the tunnel for just a brief second at a location known as Piper's Gap, and then enter the third and final tunnel running behind Bucky's Crossing. Latah Pass, where we'll arrive at in a few minutes, is directly above us now. Bucky's Crossing is located to our right, on the other side of the plaster hillside. Our train is running on a reversing loop, so as we emerge from the tunnel, we'll again pass the tower at Glacier Valley. The route from Spokane, where we came from, will be off to our left. We're now heading up the 2% grade towards Highland and the Willow Creek mine. Ahead of us is a new double track that was extended from further up the grade earlier in 2022. Willow Creek can be seen on the right side of our train. We pass the small passenger shelter at Highland. The mining company is off to our left. And as we enter the Highland Loop lock, several of the miners' houses can be seen on our right. Bucky's Crossing is below us on the right. As we cross the curved wooden trestle, we catch a glimpse of Summit Springs in the mountains to our right, where we'll arrive in a few more minutes. We pass the junction leading to the Willow Creek Mining Company and head through a short tunnel. The tower ahead of us is protecting the entrance to Waverly Yard. We'll come back to this tower once we negotiate the reversing loop at Summit Springs. We leave Highland Loop Block and continue our 2% climb towards Summit Springs. On our left is a small passenger station at Upper Meadows. We'll pass by the front of this station after we cross the mountain pass at Summit Springs. As we approach the next block signal, you'll see the Richter Pickle Company plant on our left. We pass through a short tunnel and emerge at Latah Pass. Bucky's Crossing is below us to the left. We head through the tunnel under Chambord Peak. And emerge at Lookout Pass, the highest track elevation on the layout. We're now 53 inches above the train room floor. We're now on the reversing loop around the town of Summit Springs, which is to our right. As we pass over High Bridge Steel Viaduct, you'll get some great views of the passenger station at Waverly Yard to our front and on our left. We pass through the snow shed, which sounds like we might have scraped something, and cross Lookout Pass. As we enter the tunnel ahead of us, we're now heading downgrade towards Waverly. By the way, the blooper at the end of this video occurred shortly ahead of us as we entered the tunnel under Mount Latah. The black box that you see to our left on the wall above us is the wireless controller for the MRC DCC system that controls the entire layout. We emerge from the tunnel beneath Mount Latah and take the right-hand route to pass by the passenger station at Upper Meadows. The Sarlat Masonry Viaduct is ahead of us. We'll stop at the far end at the yard signal, which is the lower of the two signals, to await permission to enter Waverly Yard. The signal's color is a bit hard to distinguish in this video, but when it changes from red to yellow, the yardmaster has given us permission to enter the yard. We pass the tower at Waverly Junction and enter the yard. The roundhouse and engine servicing facilities are to our right. We pass several local industries on our left. And the classification yard is located on our right, as our train swings onto the track that will take us beneath the passenger station canopy. We slow our approach and stop in front of the passenger station, the end of our journey. By the way, the total distance that we traveled today is about 227 feet. Now, as promised, it's blooper time. In an earlier take of this video, our train had rounded the reversing loop at Summit Springs and was heading downgrade across Latah Pass. As the train entered the Mount Latah Tunnel, our smooth ride took a sudden change. Let me describe the situation that I learned after the fact, and then we'll watch the blooper. As our train entered the tunnel, the trip pin of the coupler came loose and fell off. The trip pin holds the knuckle of the coupler, so next the knuckle came off. Without the coupler knuckle to hold our camera car, the combination of free-rolling metal wheels and a 2% downgrade resulted in the subdivision's first roller coaster caught on video. Now for the blooper video. The camera car enjoyed a run of about 25 feet, passing through 3 turnouts before my giant human hand managed to catch it. That completes our miniature-sized journey for today. I hope that you enjoyed the video, including the unexpected blooper. And as always, thank you for visiting the Willow Creek.